Brampton Island, Queensland, the ideal holiday island back 20 or 30 years ago. Set on beautiful National Park Island, it had white sandy beaches with pristine waters. They even had their own unique train system for carrying guests to the resort. But since 2010, when United Petroleum bought up the resort, a year later the resort was shut down and closed. Brampton Island, like a lot of the ageing resorts, was becoming a resort too expensive to keep going. Since then, we've had cyclones through and no maintenance happening to the resort now, which has really made it what it is now, a wasteland of ruin. Okay, here we are in Brampton at last, and our first landing on Brampton. We're standing on the old stone jetty. Used to be here before it got annihilated by the cyclone. As you can see, a few boats out there. It's good anchorage out there, nice sandy bottom, and you start to see a lot of the wreckage when you get here, and overgrowth now, because everything here's a few years old now. There used to be railway tracks that used to come out here. Which is still in the bush. As you can see. And off they go towards the resort. Hard to fathom the forces here that must have wrecked all this. There's been enormous amounts of waves coming up in here. The old railway tracks washed away. And then we've got the tracks up here. So there is walking tracks and things here. So here's part of the walking track. The train didn't follow this. Train tracks are down closer to the water. And we have all sorts of little things around here, like this little colourful snake here. Should be a tree snake, I'd say. Look at that, perfectly still. Thank you for the pose. And with most of these islands in the Coral Coast up in Queensland, you'll find these blue tiger butterflies. They're in most of the islands and quite prolific. We also have a lot of tracks on Brampton here, not necessarily maintained anymore, but it is supposed to be national parks. And finally the track that we're on comes out down near the resort. Okay, this track was probably used for vehicles getting stuff from the wharf. Track going up that way. So that's the island circuit, 8.4 kilometres that way. And we're back down to the railway line again. Old lights and things. And there's the railway line going through the trees over there. There's nature taking over. Sand completely covering up where the old track was. Pipelines. And we finally arrive at the old resort, which is abandoned of course. Most of the buildings are quite good condition still. And a resort swimming pool over here. I don't know if that's salt or fresh. I think it was fresh. So the damage to the pool wasn't from when they abandoned the resort. It was through all the different cyclones that did come through and hit the islands. So it wasn't just one cyclone that's done all this. It was over a period of 2 or 3, slowly ripping it up. And this used to be jet ski and catamaran sailing hire place, I'd say. She's pretty well stuffed now. Needs a bit of work to get these ones going again. Hey Bush. Concrete slabs and things getting washed down. Yeah, I don't know if any of these buildings are going to be worth saving, because basically you've got concrete slab verandas falling apart from the rust, showing their steel now. Timbers are rotting. Yeah, she's pretty well eroded away here. I reckon whoever does take this over, I think it'll be a scrap and rebuild. It's just, look at this whole front here is caved in. Oh my God. This lake here, which the dog's in, it's fresh water at the moment. Probably at the time it was either used for stormwater off the buildings and probably effluent from the sewage treatment plant, and that's situated at the end of the runway here. Well, halfway along the runway we came across this treatment plant. I'd say it's probably a desal plant which they did build, because the water does not, I should say the water has to be brought in on the island, so sodium hypochlorite, maybe it could be, might be a sewage treatment thing too. Yeah, Bob? Bob? Probably sewage treatment if it's got sodium hypochlorite. You there, mate? Are you there? Water solutions. Interesting. Okay, hang on. Wait, don't get too carried away. Sludge recirculation, yeah, sewage treatment. Wow, we spent a fortune setting all this up. These are these sludge type tanks and things. Yeah, sludge, yeah, sewage treatment. Interesting. Interesting. Bastards, green ants. It's the rest of the treatment plant around here. A bit hard to get to. Anyway. And all the pump shed. Well, that was our little tour of the sewage treatment plant. I don't know where the desal plant is. That was interesting. Fighting off the green ants, because broke off a branch which I didn't see the nest on. So we're off back down. I think off here got a few seeds. Just a final view of sewage treatment plant. So the two tanks down there, either for mixing up the chemical or as the treated effluent, maybe should probably go out into the bay. Okay, we come up on the offshoot of the runway. More than likely a taxiing around area here. Maybe a maintenance area too for it, it's hard to say. Some work sheds. And through the trees down near the workshops there, I'd say they would have been the staff quarters, I'd say. And we've got workshops here. The workshops, the staff quarters, this would have been their track, I suppose, down to the main resort. The look of it. Oh, we've got wallabies over here. Well, kangaroos. Don't think they're too impressed. Looks like mango season is on because mangoes everywhere. Wow. And down there we have high class tennis courts. That was some sort of radio operated thing. Some other building here, some sort of reception along with the furniture and everything inside. That's a bit better. Could have been some sort of staff kitchen area, I'd say. Along with high-tech TVs. Woohoo! Alright, we'll make our way through bush. Now we are getting into the back blocks around here. Things are falling apart everywhere. Backs of the units. Go through this way, bush. Probably was a footpath once upon a time. Once upon a time. Okay, today we're on part of the national park walking tracks off to Turtle Bay, and we'll see how we're going to Dingy Bay. As you can see, it's pretty overgrown now. Plenty of butterflies around. And we have Ian off Blue Bayou with us, along with Buff. He's struggling along in this stuff. And in the distance we can hear the flying fox colony. We're down closer to the resort now.
Good pickup, eh?
The most annoying thing about the national park track from Brampton, there was a bit of maintenance, but the main tracks to go around to Dingy and Turtle Bay were not there anymore. They were overgrown, and the only track was up to the summit, which is what we're doing. There was a few useful things on the track on the way up, because it is quite a long track, and that was seating here and there, because you do tend to wind around the mountain to get up there. Some good views, it's worthwhile doing, as you can see. Well, doesn't look like we're going to Turtle Bay. The dinghy track was pretty overgrown, but we're on our way up to the peak. The views are starting to get better. The dog's getting pretty tired, but anyway, Turtle Bay down below. Gee, it looks alright, doesn't it? Yeah. We keep saying we're just about there. It still keeps going up. Lost the other two. Views have been getting better. Hey, Buff. Well, we've got to be getting closer. We're getting more wind up here now, so. Dog keeps plodding on. Well, we haven't made to the lookout yet, but we're on the other side of the island now. And quite sheltered over the side here. Two cats down here, beached. Very interesting. Heaps of reef along there. Very interesting. And we finally made it to the main lookout. Yeah. See, we've got proper guardrails and things. Two of the crew here already. Well, look at that, there's the runway. So we've actually gone around the mountain because we've gone out on the end and round. That's ridiculous.
We're just up here. You don't want your tree.
You can see Pelican Island down there. So we're just tucked around the corner with the Ingot Islands in the background. Just a cool. And on the way back down, plenty of other wildlife around to find and see. As you can see, there's not only the blue tiger butterflies, but these ones here as well, which occupy the island.